So my name is David, and first of all, I'll tell you what a precedent is. It is a successful project that we have found and have researched that we feel like can be applicable to the site here and can get guidance and inspiration from the solutions that these projects have created, and use those solutions for our site and the problems that we are facing here in East Providence and Providence along the Seekonk River. So the first precedent I will start with is Inc. Underground, which is in Boston, Massachusetts. Now this is located under a highway overpass which separates the South End and South Boston. This is a before view. As you can see, it is very unlively. It was an area that was popular to drug dealers, prostitution.
Is it in existence now?
In Boston.
In Boston.
This is before. But look at it now. Check at it now. Look at that. Now it's full of life, full of activity, different types of recreation and attractions that can bring people to this area for a healthy and fun experience. It now allows for water access along the river, dog park, as I said, different forms of recreation, and just different ways to go and enjoy yourself in this very unique, dynamic space. Even some stormwater management in the form of green infrastructure.
I'm on your way.
And the second similar precedent we found is Underpass Park, which is located in Toronto, Canada. It is that about 3-acre highlighted section, which is also under a highway underpass. It was a derelict site that was just used for illegal parking and various other illegal activities. Not a place you'd want to be found in, especially at night. And has been turned into a beautiful community asset full of different types of recreation for people of all ages and different art installations, as you can see. That is an overhead mirror type art installation that reflects the different lighting schemes they have going on. All types of different open recreation, such as skateboarding, handicap basketball, and play areas, play structures, which are actually very sculptural and appealing to the eye. And this is just a collaborative community space that brings in people from the community of all different ages and interests, just for, like I said before, a healthy and fun experience. So, as some of you may know, our project area has multiple underpasses in the Gano Gateway and also in the Arts District of East Providence, directly underneath the 195 overpass. These are some images. This is the Gano Gateway. It's full of contaminated soils, illegal dumping grounds. It's just a very uninviting area. It doesn't seem very safe, and it also acts as a break in the circulation of our site. This is on the East Providence side. Not a place you'd want to take a walk through. Now, this is a little different type of project. Long Dog Park in Beacon, New York. It's along the Hudson River and is on the site of a post-industrial brownfield site. So, as they said before, the brownfield site means it's full of contaminated soils. You can't really build too much on there, but it can be remediated. Its previous uses were railroad siding, ferry depot, fuel storage, stockpiling, etc. So you can see it's not a very lively area to be. And the design concept behind it was to create a popular riverfront that incorporates art, recreation, environmental education, and also embraces the history of the Hudson River there. So what they did was turn it into this beautiful park that allows people to access this riverfront area. Has different activities such as kayaking, walking, just walking trails and seating areas to enjoy the beautiful nature that was able to come back from this brownfield site. It also, these images show how it interacts with the river. These seats allow for the water to come up, even if it did, the sea level rises and storm surge occurs, you can still interact with the water in a passive way. And the reason we chose this precedent was because of its similarities in geometry to Crook Point, which is pictured on the right there. And that's the Long Dog Park on the left. You can see the similarities, and hence why we use this for our inspiration.
In New York,
Okay, that's, both of those places are in New York.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
And finally, we have Bridge Park, which is in Washington, D.C. This place has not been constructed yet, but these are all the renderings, and I believe it will be constructed relatively soon. And what it was an aged-out highway bridge turned into an active community gathering space. Establishes a connection between the two neighborhoods on both sides of the river that it lacked before. You couldn't walk back and forth between this area. And it also promotes public health and environmental education. It's just a very beautiful place, as you can see. Each ramp terminates in a waterfall that reconnects to the rivers below. And the waterfall is also linked to an active filtration system that works to actually help clean the river. So not only does it please your eye aesthetically, but it also is doing something to improve the ecosystem around
This
it.
is what you hope to do.
Yes.
The crossing is a new place of convergence, of congregation, of crossbreeding. It is an incubator for social and community and civic life, and a model for building healthy bodies, healthy neighborhoods, and a healthy river environment. And what better place for a green bridge than the Henderson Bridge? Instead of taking the bridge down completely and scrapping all the materials, or just discarding them in the river as we've seen in the past, why not take advantage of it and take the sustainable route and turn it into a pedestrian-friendly bridge that serves as a better connection between the northern part of Providence and East Providence.